Stream Elements says, General_Amos is now live. Streaming no game, chat and I write a book, part 2. General_Amos says, community writing project disclaimer: by participating in the stream and submitting ideas in chat, you agree that your contributions may be included in the book project. All rights to the final published work are held solely by the author, General_Amos. Your username may be credited in the acknowledgements section, but you will not receive royalties or ownership rights. This project is for creative collaboration and community fun.
Oh, I should have coughed and then unmuted. The book writing community project today. Yay! I've set up character work stuff. We're doing characters. I'm still gonna give it a little bit of time for people to show up. Just in case. I'm also stalling because I don't have chat up yet. I can hear it. Text to speech is on for everyone, but yeah, no, it's kind of a mess. Uh, do I turn on or off the random sounds for today? This guy sucks. Uh, oh brother, this guy stinks is gonna remain. That's gonna always be, and then I'm back is always gonna be. But random sound, I might disable. That might be too much for this stream. It is more expensive than the rest, but it being random and not fitting may cause issue. It being a distraction in other things is fine, but I don't think I want it today. Yeah, I'm gonna turn it off. Viewer awards, channel points. Random sound's gonna be turned off. And here we go. We've got character stuff. We've got Maximum. I think we meant Maximus, but I think we meant Maximus, not Maximum. So I'm going to fix this. And then come up here. And fix this.
Arcane Duke 922 says, what are we brainstorming today?
Characters. We're doing characters. So we need names, personality traits, flaws, what they will and will not do. Because what you need to understand is there's things that a man can do, or one man can't do. So we've got two already. You've got main character Max. We've got, I'm gonna, loves his dog, because motivation. Jeff Smith was the hive mind guy. I don't remember why his name is so unassuming. His name is so generic that he could just blend into the background. Which actually could theoretically work. If we pivot to... I don't think we'll want to pivot to mystery, but we could pivot to mystery.
Arcane Duke 922 says, think it was adding Jeff Lewis to the book indirectly.
That might have been it. I do know that Batman Expert was asking to add Jeff Lewis. So, I'm like, I don't think I can do that. Besides, if he shows up and then putting the credit there as Jeff Lewis plays. I do gotta credit him as that. Just because there's too many Jeff Lewises out there.
Arcane Duke 922 says, you could make him a Resistance member.
So we're changing the name of the main villain and making Jeff Smith a Resistance member. Is that what's going on? Because all this is subject to change all the time. Because I do feel...
Arcane Duke 922 says, it is your choice.
Yeah, it is. Because I do feel Jeff is a very unassuming name for an evil guy. I'm like, what would an evil guy... But it being unassuming also means it's more likely to be like, oh, wait, it's this guy? What if we have a Resistance member who has, like, the most evil-sounding name we can think of that's actually a name? What's the most evil-sounding name? Something.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Giovanni.
Giovanni. Is that a first name or last
Duke
name?
922 says, Adolf.
Okay. I asked for that one. You know what? You know what would be funny? Yeah, it's subtle allusions to the guy in power in the government is. Is there any? Hold on. I need to make sure this is not an actual politician name. There's no politician currently active with that name because that would be not good. No, no, that maybe don't do what I just thought of doing. Okay. um. So that is a guy.
Arcane Duke 922 says, make sure to add the disclaimer that any resemblance to people real or imagined are unintentionally.
Yes. Um.
Stream Elements says,
Oh shoot! I
playing
forgot to.
games from my GrabTap page helps support the stream and earns you points for rewards. Check it out, backhand index pointing right, https://grabtap.com/general_emus.
It's only with that specific message. I don't understand why it says general. I'm gonna put a note. Uh, because so many people are working on this, in quotes, that yeah, allusions to real people are likely going to happen on accident all the time. Turn off caps lock. I don't think we can get away with calling him Adolf, but I love the idea. Just because, like, nope, this is the name doesn't. Just because you're named after someone doesn't mean you carry their personality. I do think the book would immediately be banned in Germany because I do think the name is banned in Germany. um,
Arcane Duke 922 says, Adolf was not a serious suggestion.
no, but it's funny enough. I want to do it. That's the thing. Is it's so freaking funny to just be like, boom. Um. Also, I found I like alliteration, so all other characters may have the same. It's like the Lois Lane next Luthor situation where it's like, oh, the first initial and the last initial are the same. Um,
Arcane Duke 922 says, make a janitor with the name Hannibal.
That's also really funny.
Stream Elements says, enjoying the stream. Why not drop a follow for future
How do you
streams?
spell? He's just gonna be obsessed with it.
Stream Elements says, if you enjoy the stream, why not check out the YouTube? https://www.youtube.com/@general77amos85.
Okay, it's doing it for that one too. What's okay.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Gorge might work better as Gregory.
Did I spell it go? I stink at spelling. I don't know why I decided to live stream this. Okay. I thought of a reason why he can have a common name. He was the most unassuming scientist that ever existed. He, man, his own is boring. I do feel like he would go by his last name. As Sir Giovanni. I feel like he would. Oh my gosh. You spell good.
Arcane Duke 922 says, the villain could see the parasites as a form of evolution for the human races and the experiments are to get closer to perfection.
I mean, that would be a reason for him to counter the hive mind. You know what? At the beginning of the story, he could still be on that path. He's just not encountered the hive mind yet. So this could work. He's still doing the experiments because of that. He just doesn't think he's evil. Because, you know, better... I'm pretty sure believes is correct there. Believes. I'm pretty sure I'm correct in the...
Arcane Duke 922 says, it provides motivation until the hive mind takes over.
Yes. Like he has something slightly off in his personality because he's already got. I'm imagining he's put 2 in, He's got something a little bit off at the beginning of the story. And then, like, some point he gets 3. He's like, okay, this guy just got a serious problem. And then that 4th one, he just strips off to the hive mind. Hive mind gets into him. And then you can just have as many as we feel like. Um, do I don't think I like that. I don't have a reason for him to not be a pacifist. It,
Arcane Duke 922 says, make him a scrapper.
um, okay, that actually could work. There's an A in there. I am just outing myself. As a terrible with typing and spelling and such. But the idea of me live streaming it is proving that I'm not using AI for this. This will be a 100% community, human written, unless you guys start throwing AI stuff at me and I just don't realize. I don't want that to
Arcane Duke
happen.
922
but
says, if he has a bit of tech background but needs to salvage to stay alive, then he would have to be sneaky and willing to fight over salvage claims.
Okay, you just said it and I still can't spell it for some reason. Salvag. I'm gonna put and a sneaky boy.
Arcane Duke 922 says, are we giving him a dead family before to ramp up his rogue backstory and all he has left is his dog?
Yes. Yes, we are. Their parents. Hold on, this one should be A.
Arcane Duke 922 says, the family could have died a wife and child that died when the parasites first arrived before society changed.
How old are we making him? I was. No. Will this be on the test?
Arcane Duke 922 says, early 30-ish to give credit to his tech background.
Okay. Why do I suck at spelling? I'm just gonna say 32. The will this be on the test bit is a direct Simpsons reference for anyone who doesn't know. Oh, I'm thinking it sounds quiet. It's because I didn't start the music for this stream. Okay. This should be better. I had it up and going. It just wasn't playing yet because I forgot to hit the start button. My mistake. I'm gonna make him 43. Because I imagine that Jeff has been a scientist for 20-ish years. Not exactly 20, but I'm just calling it 20.
Arcane Duke 922 says, there should probably be a time gap between the parasite's arrival to have things settle down a bit and let the parasites establish themselves as the new normal.
Yeah, I was about to put down. Remembers the time before the parasite? Because if he's 32, I'm imagining the parasites probably came in when he was early 20s. So because of the COVID thing, we know how quickly a new normal can be established. Just over a year. So I'm imagining this is like more than 5 years, less than. He got married at 21, and then I'm imagine. Oh, I could make this so bad for him.
Arcane Duke 922 says, maybe 29 at arrival.
Okay. I'm going to come back up here. Because that is actually something more like up here thing. And for let's 4 years.
Arcane Duke 922 says, his wife could be Rachel and a young son Wayne. Arcane Duke 922 says, Batman.
God. Because I established the Batman girlfriends to be Selina Kyle and Talia al Ghul. I forget the Dark Knight trilogy exists sometimes, and so I forget that Rachel existed. Um, he's going to be reserved and doesn't open up to people. Because I feel like that would make sense at this point. I'm likely going to change the son's name. I'm just warning you now. For now it's Wayne, but I just decided I like Jason. But I might call somebody else. Oh, no. We are going to have somebody else named Jason. I don't know the last name yet, but...
Arcane Duke 922 says, no problem. Do we insert a potential romantic interest in the rebels?
Yes.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Helfa. Arcane Duke 922 says, Helga. Stream Elements says, if you enjoy the stream, why not check out the YouTube? https://www.youtube.com/@general77amos85.
I was trying to think of Jones. I don't know why I couldn't think of Jones. I'm doing the thing again. I need to not do that. For the last names, I immediately went because I was thinking...
Duke 922 says, guy named Kurt.
Guy named Kurt. Um, just thinking, my mind went to Seinfeld, and then I'm like, Kurt Kramer. I'm not calling him Kurt Kramer. I've got two ready. I've got two already of the first name, last name, same first initial. Kurt. There. See, not everybody's gonna have the first name, last name.
922 says, not everyone needs a last name right away.
Some will, just because I'll accidentally do something else. Helga's not getting a last name right away. Handel's not gotten a last name right away. Giovanni was the last name. And even then, the last names may never come up. I'm not gonna say what country. Just an official. In some countries, Marines. I really like the idea of just Hannibal being a one-note. He's just obsessive compulsive about cleanliness.
922 says, Bob Evans the Sausage Man.
Bob Evans? I'm pretty sure. Okay, first of all, using Bob as the middle name for using the actual name, nickname thing for Maximus here. So, I feel like Bob Evans is just straight up a guy who's like famous. Oh, it's a restaurant.
Arcane Duke 922 says, is a sausage brand.
I've not heard of this. I'm getting distracted.
Arcane Duke 922 says, ads.
I mean, you just fed me an ad talking about Bob Evans. Hold on. Do I...
Stream Elements says, enjoying the stream. Why not drop a follow for future streams?
Gift to a specific viewer. If I do this, I gotta do Duck's button too. but I'd be getting free Duolingo if I do it just to you.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Michael Burns for the top henchman.
Michael Burns. Okay.
Stream Elements says, Arcane Duke 922 just subscribed PogChamp.
Hey, thanks me for the gifted sub. You complain about ads, and I wanted the 3 months of Duolingo. I get the Duolingo from that. Apparently. So I'm stealing your Duolingo for myself. So I'm gonna likely redeem that after the
Arcane
stream.
Duke 922 says, General 5 Dapper Purple General 5 LOL General 5 Dang It 2 General 5 I am back General 5 Ice Cream General 5 Drink General 5 Dang It.
Just all the emotes now available to you. Ah, formatting has gotten weird. His name was Jeff, yes. Head.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Ross.
We're doing Ross and Jerry. Nope. No, wait, how fix? Okay, there we go. I fix. What is Ross like? Also, I wasn't expecting to get this many names down.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Scottish.
That's his whole personality. That's it. He's just Scottish. Got it.
Arcane Duke 922 says, the Blue Power Ranger.
The Blue Power Ranger. Is the Blue Power Ranger Scottish?
Stream Elements says, enjoying the stream. Why not drop a follow for future streams?
Okay. It's a thing.
Stream Elements says, if you enjoy the stream, why not check out the YouTube? https://www.youtube.com/@general77amos85.
Well, she's the girl. So what are you supposed to be?
What is? Oh my gosh! Okay. Yeah, okay. I see it, I buy it.
Lethal Rubbish says, are ya winning?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got Ross. He's Scottish. That's his personality trait. We've actually got like a decent chunk done for Max and Jeff, and then a new guy came up with a stream like in the stream. Gregory, Hannibal. I'm just happy having him be like a random janitor who will yell if somebody makes a mess. Jason Jones, no personality traits to him yet. Helga, headstrong. Kurt, nothing. Michael Burns is the top henchman. Loyal to a fault.
Lethal Rubbish says, Jerry mentioned.
Oh shoot! I forgot about. I forgot about Jerry the Wizard. Shoot. There. It's not the Jerry, it's Jerry Kramer.
Lethal
Boom.
Rubbish says, is he a wizard?
Not by default. So far, we just have the name.
Lethal Rubbish says, he is a tech wizard. Arcane Duke 922 says, the tech wizard no one listens to in the Resistance. He is
Good.
nerd.
With new tech. Listens, is nerd. I love this. How else can we put Jerry down? Let's go. Also,
Lethal Rubbish says, but likes using ink and paper as a hobby.
is 6.
Arcane Duke 922 says, a guard at the Resistance that dies in the first attack. Stream Elements says, enjoying the stream. Why not drop a follow for future
How do you
streams?
spell calligraphy?
Arcane Duke 922 says, calligraphy.
Thank you. You know what? I don't think I necessarily want to make him a guard because of the tech thing. But you could die in the first attack. I don't know yet because
Lethal
that's
Rubbish
not written
says,
yet.
hey not fair, you have auto text.
You have auto text? What does that mean?
Arcane Duke 922 says, neener neener neener.
I really want to know what would happen. I don't know if I can do this, but I really want to know what would happen if I just plugged the Twitch chat into Microsoft Word and just whatever you guys said, it just filled in. Like, could you guys write a coherent story if I wasn't involved?
Lethal Rubbish says, bad idea.
I want to know if it's coherent. I'm not doing that for this at all. That's not happening. Everything's gonna be filtered by me.
Lethal Rubbish says, all Dark Spartane would say is gay.
Dark Spartane.
Arcane Duke 922 says, it was a dark and stormy night.
I'd expect that.
Stream Elements says, playing games
That would
from
be
my
the
GrabTap
issue, is I
page
wouldn't know how
helps
to stop
support the
that.
stream and earns you points for rewards.
Because
Check it out, backhand index pointing right, https://grabtap.com/general_amos.
it just self-promotion thrown in. Okay.
Arcane Duke 922 says, book with ads confirmed.
That's confirmed. That is a thing. It's called. Hold on. I've got one over here. This book had ads. It actually, like, midway through, advertised Marvel Rivals.
Lethal Rubbish says, also, you missed a generational run last night on Megabunk. Dark Spartan was there as a witness.
Did you get the world record?
Lethal Rubbish says, not quite, but I did get a personal best.
Jerry's just lethal rubbish. I say that when I'm the one.
Says, LOL.
I say that when I'm the one who has the calligraphy set. Drink to that.
Arcane Duke 922 says, you made it to the 3rd level.
Yeah, I miss you because I had a phone call with someone. That somebody gave me a few great ideas that I may or may not do.
Lethal
If I
Rubbish says,
do them, I may
yeah,
not do them on
I beat the
screen.
boss and made it to almost 10 minutes overtime.
I do have a coin here just in case somebody does the coin flip thing and I can't get the code to work. It is the D&D coin. Shadow touched. Back is the D&D logo.
Stream Elements says, enjoying the stream. Why not drop a follow for future streams?
Why does it want me to? Okay.
Lethal Rubbish says, 1 million buffs to Dexter.
Call it in the air. Go on, call it.
Lethal Rubbish says, tails.
Ooh. Oh no, that's heads there, bud.
Lethal Rubbish says, rigged.
How is that rigged? You watched me do it. This is just you guys are looking for it as a cult to yell out rigged. A bunch of. Oh, I got my thing poking me. Um. No. What other things you want to give to Mr. Burns? Or Michael Burns.
Lethal Rubbish says, he is handsome. Arcane Duke 922 says, jacked.
Is handsome and jacked. Oh. Efficient boxer. Strength and speed. So he's like
Lethal Rubbish says, he also has a PhD in chemistry.
is a chemist.
Arcane Duke 922 says, mercenary that likes to kill, which is why he joined shady organization.
Ooh. I'm gonna give him a history with no, we need that to be that. So they will know each other. Personal connections, baby. I don't know what the history is yet. And I don't think I'd be writing it in this section. Obsession with guns, maybe? Guns or explosives or both?
Lethal Rubbish says, explosives. Arcane Duke 922 says, first people to try and research the parasites. Lethal Rubbish says, they made exploding parasites.
The exploding parasites I might not
Stream
do
Elements
because,
says, enjoying the stream. Why not drop a follow for future streams? Arcane Duke 922 says, got infected saving the doc.
I'm gonna make. I don't think you intended Jeff to be the first, but I'm gonna make Jeff the. Hold on.
Lethal Rubbish says, Jerry's age is uncount.
But he does have a son that is 6. I making this a Jerry thing.
Stream Elements says, playing games from my GrabTap page helps support the stream and earns you
'Cause
points for rewards.
If he's a mercenary
Check it
working
out, backhand
for
index pointing right
him,
https
he might be also be
/
one of the test experiments.
grabtap.com/general_Amos.
Okay.
Lethal Rubbish says, is there a way for TDS to not play Stream Elements?
You talk at the exact same time as it. That's like the only way I know of so far. Actually, hold on. It is kind of annoying me. I want to fix this as soon as I can. Stream elements. I think I can potentially break it intentionally. It means that stealth mode will permanently remain stealth mode, though.
Lethal Rubbish says, side intermissions into the coding genre.
This isn't really coding. I just added an apostrophe there. That has to be during bingo night, so it's looking for bingo. So I'm okay with that. Okay. You know what? Just in case I do see if there's bingo with text-to-speech on, I am going to add it there too. That one's off, and that one's going to remain off. That one has it. That one has. Okay, I think it shouldn't sound off every time now. I think we good. So he can actually take a beating. He's strong, can take a beating, and all that stuff. Dude. I'm very tempted to be... I love the idea of him just being absolutely freaking nuts for no reason at all. Besides the fact he's Scottish.
Lethal
goes
Rubbish
ham.
says, his weapon of choice is oddly a bagpipe.
He's a bird. I'm not doing that. That is funny. Me saying no to the funny things is what's paining me the most about this, because I'm like, I don't want it to be necessarily a full-on comedy.
Arcane Duke 922 says, no knuckle duster parasite.
Knuckle. So he's got. So he's got the. You know what? Sure, that's a cool idea.
Lethal Rubbish says, what does that even mean?
The parasite that infected him made it so that he grew knuckle dusters on his hand, or like, so he's got built-in knuckle dusters. Because they can kind of like transform you, or give you some like weird abilities. You can manipulate things around you.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Ross is Little Mac.
This is Little Mac. So he's naturally fast, and you know what? I can
Lethal
see
Rubbish
it.
says, DUUYYAAA.
What? Hearing it read out, I don't know what that means, and then looking over to see what it says, I still don't know what that means. Do you mean booyah with a B? Do you have dyslexia? Jeff Lewis Plays, is that you? Disguising yourself as Lethal Rubbish?
Lethal Rubbish says, it's a line Little Mac says in Smash Brothers. Arcane Duke 922 says, Falcon Punch.
I am not finding what Lethal Rubbish is talking about.
Lethal Rubbish says, PK Fire.
Oh, what do you know? When I search booyah, it actually does come up. Also weed comes up. Okay, I'm done with Google. But there's also a Little Mac, the other for weed. That's on my internet search history now. I don't have any interest in that. But now, okay. So we've established No, I don't need that 2 there. Um, what else we want to give Helga? Oh, hold on. I'm also going to just so that we have more than one woman alive in the story, I'm adding a Natasha. Also Selena. That's it, I'm all out of names. We've gotten...
Arcane Duke 922 says, Terrence.
I don't... There. But I don't care what anyone says. He's Canadian. I'm imagining him being like rural Canada, right? So he is Moose Hunter.
Arcane Duke 922 says, maple syrup.
I don't know why I just Terrence Canadian. I don't know why that just happened, but it did. Moose Hunter.
Arcane Duke 922 says, in a hip flask.
In a hip flask. I would like to have this never directly mentioned by anybody. But he's got it, he drinks some and then...
Arcane Duke 922 says, why is the rum always gone?
Oh. That's why. Gosh. Okay. I feel like all of these people would be drinkers at this point. Except for the 6-year-old, who is not named.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Giovanni is a tea purist.
You know what? That... Yeah. This could easily work with that. That's actually amazing. Inner conflicts that doesn't really go anywhere besides it being fun. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . They could argue about that. Every character must have a... Wait. No, I thought of something better. We could make Michael Burns down here the coffee purist. And that was the falling out they had.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Hannibal and Giovanni are on opposite teams. Arcane Duke 922 says, Burns is the better option.
But, yeah. They have a history, right? So it makes sense that them, like, being enemies and having a history. He's a coffee purist. This. I am 100% okay with comedy being in this. As my writing will
Arcane
always
Duke
include comedy no matter what.
922 says, Michael works for Giovanni.
Michael. How does that work? Because we already have Michael as the top henchman of Jeff. Does he have 2 contracts that he's doing? Hold on, actually. He's working 2 contracts.
Arcane Duke 922 says, I was thinking Michael is henchman for Giovanni.
Okay.
Jeff can be a scientist that Giovanni kills to steal research.
We already have Jeff as the direct hive mind. Okay, hold on. Remove this.
Arcane Duke 922 says, thought Giovanni was hive mind.
No, Giovanni is resistance leader.
Arcane Duke 922 says, oh.
Okay, so I'm gonna henchman of Jeff again. I can do this contracts one.
Arcane
Still.
Duke 922 says, they used to work together.
Yes. They have his,
Arcane Duke 922 says, both mercenaries. Disagreed about methods.
okay. Um. I'm putting this bit here because a lot of doctors are like single focus trained, and it's like, well, you know, if there's only one, you gotta have somebody who can do everything, and let's just have the most general training. Or paramedics. What?
Arcane Duke 922 says, or a veterinarian.
Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. Actually, okay. I'm getting so many emails today. Oh my gosh. Was a veterinarian before the parasites arrived? Do we have anything at all for Natasha here?
Arcane Duke 922 says, was this multi-planet story?
We do need a scientist who knows space travel, yes. There's at least 2 planets that this will be on. Primarily on Earth, where the Resistance is based, and the Hive Mind is based, I think we decided Mars. Maybe we decided
Arcane
Mars.
Duke 922 says, Amish colony on the moon.
Amish colony on the moon! I did say there was a colony on the moon that nobody knows much about. What if there was a sidetrack story there? Hold on. 'Cause that's funny. On the moon. I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna keep that, but that is funny.
Arcane Duke 922 says, they can be anti-parasite purists.
Okay. Do they have... Oh, hey, that did work. Haha! I am a genius. I fixed the thing so it won't reach Stream Elements. I just realized it hasn't been reading Stream Elements. I'm like, fixed it. Yeah. Anyways. Wait. Is that what we called it? So is... I'm about to ask a question that I'm going to determine the answer to on my own. So I'm just... Is Mole Knight discovered on the moon? Is that why they moved to the moon? I feel like the answer to that should be yes, but it's rare.
Arcane Duke 922 says, that is a good idea. Arcane Duke 922 says, maybe an element found in some asteroids.
Ah!
Arcane Duke 922 says, Sokka Space Sword.
Sokka Space Sword.
Arcane Duke 922 says, The Last Airbender reference.
Ah, you know, I should have gotten that. Because I was thinking Sokka, oh, like Last Airbender. The space sword is what threw me off. Like, I don't remember anything but a space sword.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Boomerang.
Okay, yeah. Yep. It all makes sense now. Hold on. Planet.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Natasha can have rope dart / wipe parasite.
Nope. Okay, I understand what you mean by rope dart. What do you mean by wipe? Oh, whip, probably. So, like, and then like a rope dart kind of thing, just now. Spider-Man, web go.
Arcane Duke 922 says, whip for grabbing or change it to dart type weapon.
So I was correct. When I'm like, wipe, I think he means whip. Okay. Like, she is the spy. Even her secrets have secrets.
Arcane Duke 922 says, maybe give her poison and might be scorpion themed.
Hold on. Do I want to make it so that she's just good with poisons, or that parasite preside? I'm gonna do parasite presides poison.
Arcane Duke 922 says, parasite poison.
Yeah. So she can kind of be like, and then a dot just summon, or like shoots
Arcane
out.
Duke 922 says, parasites can have multiple functions. They could have a weapon form and element. Some can be pure casters.
I feel like I was already doing that, but I just haven't come up with any pure casting thing yet. Besides, like, some of them being like, holy, it looks like they're casting fire-based spells. No character has that yet.
Arcane Duke 922 says, magnetism.
Magnetism. Hold on. Has a healing parasite. Some people are getting parasites that happen to fit what they were doing before. Others are getting ones that are no help at all to them, unless they learn the new set of skills. Right, and if anybody needs healing, it probably is an emergency. Oh, no, wait. It does... She does... Hold on.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Hannibal is sticky and always cleaning up after himself.
Where is Hannibal? And like I said before, these are all subject to change. This is just brainstorming part 2. Oh, we have absolutely nothing on Jason and Kurt.
Arcane Duke 922 says, parasite idea. Pheromone production and manipulation. Give it to a guy that does not want to use it to seduce people.
We don't have anything on Jason.
Arcane Duke 922 says, bullet point. Adamantly repeats he is not gay.
You know, I kind of want to be like, yeah, no, he's just, this guy is just straight up asexual. No interest in anyone.
Arcane Duke 922 says, is Indian.
Could have sworn I was spelling that. It's... I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be one word. Yeah, sure.
Arcane Duke 922 says, asexual.
Oh, it's because Google autocorrected to Okay. Thank you. This just gives me a way to describe him. I don't know if I'll actually straight up say is Indian.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Indian accent.
Okay. I think I can work with that, yes. I like to imagine that he's been in this area long enough that he's accustomed to, because I don't feel like writing too much about the culture I don't know that much about. I could do some research into it though, and this is future time, so cultures do change. I get things wrong. I kind of thought of something, and I don't know if I want to go through with that something. Which is, what if the narrator is one of the characters in the story, but it's not Max? And then, like, who's going to be the least impactful character here? Probably
Arcane
Hannibal.
Duke 922 says, Resistance can be Hawkbug of different races.
We've got Scottish Canadian so far. Very diverse cast, just because it doesn't really matter. I mean, some people might say it's just diverse to be diverse, and it's like, well, now if we make this into a movie, literally anybody can play any role. Doesn't matter. Don't describe anyone as anything. Or specifically call out the Canadian or the accents that they have and be like, use your imagination from there.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Imaging the whole book is read by J. Jonah Jameson.
I read that faster than it did, because I oh my gosh, can we, okay, if we write this fast enough, can we get J.K. Simmons to do the audiobook? How much would that cost?
Arcane Duke 922 says, probably a lot. Arcane Duke 922 says, alternative narrator. Claptrap.
Claptrap. Oh, it's only $500,000 to hire him to potentially do part of the book. It wasn't even like a. See, the J. Joe Jamieson thing is like, yeah, sure. You could tell it from a.
Arcane Duke 922 says, how are you doing on time?
I've got some time. My dinner is going to be a quickly made one. The issue is with these streams, I have to put on a shirt that isn't my work uniform. Which doesn't take me that long to change, so. My pants are always my work uniform pants because that's all I own. So I do not have to change pants. I didn't take off my badge. Oops. I forgot about that when I got up. Oops. Bum. I thought of 2 names. That was one. What was the other one? Frick.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Mordecai. Someone on the moon.
Oh, you've given me an idea. What if we just straight up start pulling names from biblical characters for the moon people? So we'll get Apollo. We'll get
Arcane Duke 922
Ezra.
says, Enoch.
Okay. So, also some woman names in there too, if we can. I'm trying to think of. Oh. My computer's.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Peter, Noah, Eli, Sarah, Elizabeth.
Oh yeah. Peter's an easy one to have gotten.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Samantha.
How well fleshed out do we want the hold on, I'm gonna separate. And then, so if we want to put somebody on the moon,
Arcane Duke
we're gonna go in this
922 says, depends how much time Max spends there.
I do want at least one of these guys to be fleshed out, and then potentially tier the thing, and then be like, okay, we'll join you Um, but I don't know which one. I feel like all of them should have some form of character things that we can pull from.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Mordecai is a blacksmith and makes Max a weapon.
Ooh, yes. Okay. Oh my gosh. Me spell good.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Sarah is his wife, Eli is teenage son.
And I do not have Eli written down. What if we make...
Arcane Duke 922 says, Ezra is town doctor. Max tries to have him remove his parasite.
Oh, ooh. Town doctor.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Peter wants to pick a fight and kick Max out. Arcane Duke 922 says, Avery.
Avery. Okay. I feel we have like a lot of progress done today too. This is like going like much better than I thought it would each time. We started.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Avery is interplanetary smuggler.
I'm going to move that off of the moon thing. Put her. Oops. Um, Avery is just Han Solo. I'm now like
Arcane Duke 922 says, Mole Knight Buckshot.
Mole Knight Buckshot. I'm gonna put that. Up there. So yeah, that would make sense to have.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Carlos as another smuggler.
Is he a rival to her, or are they working together?
Arcane Duke 922 says, maybe Carlos introduces Max to Avery. I'm gonna put, Arcane Duke 922 says, Victor could be another henchman name.
Victor. Yeah, okay. Do I want to sort these better? I am realizing now I forgot to put yeah. That's all I'm putting about the dog. No. There. You know what would be funny? Is if, like, anytime Victor is called for, the scene shifts. Nobody knows what he's like or anything like that. From, like, the character. From. It's like. Oh, great. This sounds like a drop for Victor. Victor, scene change. Before he even shows up. Just some random name that you'd never actually see from. I feel like we have the primary resistance members all set up. We got outside resistance, decent. I put down the name Rose. What's her story? Resistance member, most likely. Also, hold on. Also Canadian. Also Moose Hunter.
922 says, might need to figure out how settled Mars and the Moon are.
I'm imagining the Moon is primarily this Amish folk because the Mole Knight is like infected the Moon itself. So parasites on the Moon are in pain. With that being said, I don't know about Mars. Do we... Mars folk here? I don't know how many... I'm imagining that this is like the hive mind spot, so if there is people here, they're all infected by the hive mind. If they even have a single parasite because of how close it is. So if they don't have a parasite, then that's rare and they're hiding and stuff.
Arcane Duke 922 says, which planet is Hive Mind?
They were originally from, they were originally from Pluto, moved to Mars, and then infected everyone on Mars, except for like a handful of people who are hiding. And they themselves think there is no hope, because they've not seen the Earth resistance yet. So it was like this combination, so the hive mind has been on Mars for longer than it's been on Earth.
Arcane Duke 922 says, you could make Rose the Hoa president.
Oh, H-O, I'm like, Hoa. Oh, H-O-A. I don't know if I should say what I just thought. It was related to what you just said. Currently she is in the Resistance / minion of For some reason, that's all in one spot.
Arcane Duke 922 says, I know what it was.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny what I was thinking of saying, but I don't think it's the wisest thing to say. So I'm not going to. Ooh.
Arcane Duke 922 says, wait. The HOA could be a front for the good guys. Talk about ironic.
Our president of the HOA, and it's just a front for the good guys. No one will ever see that coming. You've got anti-HOA things like all over the place.
Arcane Duke 922 says, the Girl Scouts too.
I love the idea. I'm going to say no. Well, that's because I feel like we're getting too far into comedy at this point. I'm gonna have. I feel like there should be one pacifist who kind of, I mean, besides the doctors. I'm blanking on how.
Arcane Duke 922 says, doctors don't need to be the pacifists.
The doctor's not being the pacifist. I have this new person being the pacifist. Selena has no sense of pacifism currently in the descriptions I've written.
Arcane Duke 922 says, if the enemies are dead then they are not causing injuries.
Have you seen the YouTube channel's name is Lazy Papel? He has a video on Team Fortress 2 on how it feels to play the Pyro. And he's like, yeah, I play Pyro to protect my team. And then in one thing he's like, you know, sometimes the best way to protect the team is just to kill the enemy team. So he switches to the Flog that has no defense capability, it's just offense. And it does offense really well. It just obliterates the other team.
Arcane Duke 922 says, I want to try TF2 at some point.
It's a good. Oh my gosh. I know enough people who haven't played it. So I now am thinking that this may be a stream idea that I had a stream idea a while ago, like in my notes. I have it written down and everything. I'm like, what if I just find people who've not played
Arcane
TF2?
Duke 922 says, it is PC only.
There was an Xbox version. I mean, I don't think it works anymore, but there was an Xbox version at one point. But yeah, at the moment, the only working one I know for sure is working is PC. But I wanted to get like a bunch of people together and be like, yo, you've never even played Team Fortress 2. Here's the crazy mode of it where it's like us versus a crap ton of robots. We need to know what upgrades to get and all that stuff, and I'm going to teach you how to play this version. The mode is man versus machine. Like optimal plays. And I would try to be the best medic I could, and just say what usually works where. The issue is I am kind of considered a low tour because I've not done that many MVM missions. I did enough to get some of the loot, and then I'm like, okay, that's all I need. I got the minigun and the the scatter gun with the robot on it. Most people go for the golden stuff, but I don't need the golden stuff. But if I did get the golden stuff, I could sell it for... How much is it currently going for? This is the, okay. The cheapest thing I'm seeing is $14. A lot of these are like near 100 or over 100. And the reason why the cheapest thing is 14 is because it's medic's primary and it's not the crossbow. Which means the weapon itself kind of sucks. It's just golden and it's like, oh, it's golden! Followed up by the extinguisher, which was a pyro weapon that also isn't very good. Okay, Mars folk. Who on Mars? Frank, Jack.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Tiffany.
Tiffany. I'll do Tiffany. I will probably go through and give these people last names later on my own time. Bum, bum, ba da da bum. You know, some people say you really shouldn't have names with the same first letter in the name. Because people get confused whilst reading them. We have 36 names. At this point, it's actually just impossible to have no overlap in first letters of a name. That being said, we don't have anybody with a Z name. We have 2 A's now. 3 A's, I'm sorry. T.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Zeke.
Okay. Do we at this point have at least one for every letter of the alphabet? Technically, because Max's middle name can be...
Arcane Duke 922 says, Quincy.
Oh, we don't have a Quincy. We do not have a Q yet.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Bart.
I was thinking I already used Bart, but I actually used Bart for the D&D thing I've been writing. It's Bart is a B. I wish I was kidding, but I named the bee Bart.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Catherine. Arcane Duke 922 says, Derek. Arcane Duke 922 says, Ivor.
We have characters now.
Arcane Duke 922 says, K.
K. Do we have a K? Kurt. We have Kurt. I don't think we have anyone with the first name that starts with an S. We have E, P, M, C. We already had a C.
Arcane Duke 922 says, you have Frank.
I have Frank, that's right. I forgot to put Frank. I kind of might move Frank from Marsfolk to Space Pirate. Because of that kobold. It's like a specific reference to a D&D thing. Just a guy with the name Frank is a pirate. And I give him one of the parasites that makes him have the similar abilities to whatever that kobold had. I need to look up what he was again. Because Jack and Frank were the pirates. We don't have a U, do we?
Arcane Duke 922 says, L.
We don't have an L. Don't have an L. Don't have a U. We have V. We have two V's. We don't have a Y.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Oscar. Ulfric. Arcane Duke 922 says, Lenny.
Not Lenny. But I'm gonna. No, I'm not going. He's. I kind of want to
Arcane
move.
Duke 922 says, skip the Y. Arcane Duke 922 says, Y.
Wait, skip the Y. Y. What? Okay, skip the Y. Do we have 44 character names? Some of them are like fully fleshed out, not fully fleshed, mostly fleshed out in like ideas, and some of them are just names.
Arcane Duke 922 says, 3 books.
3 books. Book 1 is Earth. Book 2 is Earth 2. This
Arcane
might be
Duke
a bit much.
922 says, Moon.
Yes, Moon. And then from Moon, Moon to Mars. I think we still actually haven't come up with a. The title so far is just Space. The title will probably a better fitting title will come up eventually. Hopefully. I feel like 44 characters should be enough. Hold on.
Arcane Duke 922 says, the Martaine threat.
Okay. In Lord of the Rings, important characters, it's not counting every character, important characters that are named in the books, 31. We're at 44. Do we try to rival? We couldn't. The Lord of the Rings are just too good, but... I mean, that is better than space.
Arcane Duke 922 says, we can trim down as needed.
Granted, not every character that was named in Lord of the Rings was important. So there was actually more than the 40 or the 31.
Arcane Duke 922 says, also some of the parasites could be their own characters.
Yes. That is entirely possible. I'm thinking instead of being given names, though, they might be given numbers by the hive mind, but they were separated from the hive mind, but they kept their number, and nobody's named them yet. Because the idea of corrupted ones are here somewhere.
Arcane Duke 922 says, one of the hive mind parasites could be Wheatley.
Just straight up using a dumb moron named Wheatley as... I love the idea. I think it'd be obvious what we pulled from. Even if we changed his name from Wheatley to something else, it still might be obvious where that came from.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Stanley.
I'm going to... I don't know how common I want that to be, so I'm gonna stick with 2 for now. And then we can change that, add some later, take some away. I just realized that thinking, no matter what I do...
922 says, Evil Organization, Symbiosis Corp.
Ooh, I was not planning on organization names. I don't have a spot for... Thanks, June. Now I need to make a... We have successfully started on what, page 5, and we're down to page 9.
Arcane Duke 922 says, the Scrapper Organization could be the Scrap Heap.
Resistance can't just be... oh wait. See, these two are gonna have like a similar name because Hive Mind has infected the Earth. kind of, somewhat. I mean, the only like unimpressive page is page 8. Everything else is like pretty much full. What should we call the resistance? I'm gonna say we're gonna name the resistance, and I'm gonna end the stream.
Arcane Duke 922 says, Team Rocket.
Team Rocket. I don't think. I think that's. I like it, but it's already taken. Resisting parasites forever. Oops. Whoops. I don't like that. Resisting entire populations. Resisting entire populations for the people.
Arcane Duke 922 says, maybe an acronym.
I'm trying to think of one. Love muffin. That was a Phineas and Ferb reference. So think. Rebellion against parasites. I'm stopping myself there. Parasite hive mind. I kind of like Raph. Resistance against Parasite Hive Mind. Welcome to Wrath.
Arcane Duke 922 says, resistance against biological irritant somethings. Arcane Duke 922 says, rabies.
I was like, that spelled out something. What is it? Rabies. Oh my gosh. I think I like Wrath a little bit more. I think Rabies is funnier. I think I like Wrath a bit more. Because it... You could theoretically be talking about, like somebody named Raphael. There is plausible deniability where you could say that it's all on one guy, they're blaming one guy. There's a fall guy. And I like the idea that they named it after him. Oh my gosh, actually I really like that idea.
Arcane Duke 922 says, rabies could be the slang that the government calls them.
How do you spell? Is that correct?
Arcane Duke 922 says, so is Natasha a government spy and people joke about her being a spy but shrug it off a too cliché?
I was imagining she's more a... We have no one in the government if I say that no to that, because I was thinking more she's a spy for the Resistance. So the Resistance can more easily pull off their heists and such. Okay, so I'm now trying to think of what we need after this for the next stream, which I have a week to think on that, so... I will likely change some things here and there. I will likely give some of these Mars folk personality traits as well as these two. These two might
Arcane
become
Duke
more like...
922 says, maybe a timeline.
Maybe it... Okay. Actually, thank you for that. I don't know if I could actually do that in Word, so I'll look into things like that. I am going to end stream now because I am hungry. I want food. It's been nearly
Arcane
3
Duke
hours.
922 says, night.
Good night. Yeah. Good night. Cursestrad should be tomorrow. There's only one person who hasn't responded yet.
Arcane Duke 922 says, gay.
We're almost done with Curse of Strahd. If they somehow get 2 things completely done tonight, not tonight, tomorrow
Legal
night.
Rubbish says, good night.
Good night. But if the party was able to do 2 things successfully tomorrow, depending on what they do, they could easily be at Strahd's castle on Halloween night itself. The issue is they need to think of doing those 2 things, and I don't think they will. Anyways, good night, goodbye. Is there anybody I know streaming? No. So I'm not gonna read anybody. Good night.